My friend Victor is not the typical car guy. I've built more things for him than I can remember. Everything from custom cars to architectural elements. Nothing for him is ever stock. Victor comes in and he's all charged up. He's got this great idea. He wants to do another project, and it's a little different than what we've done before.
I know you don't use plans, but I even downloaded a set of plans. I want this thing just to be crazy. The other night I was thinking of a project that I need. I got a retail plant rental company. I need for my nursery to have like a little car spectacle, something that, just something like people would see like, what the heck is this thing?
If Victor wants a spectacle, he came to the right place. Yeah, I've seen pictures of this thing. I never knew what the heck it was called. So it's a little utility van, basically. I think the coolest factor about this whole build is it's like a 70s kit car, you know? And this is one of the things I've seen pictures of, but never seen one.
When I brought it to Ian, I knew he would make this thing work.
And they give you all the dimensions
all
and
the
specs.
dimensions, but remember, like everything we do, this means nothing. This means someone has built something like this, so ours cannot be like this.
I think we're gonna take these plans and funkify them. We're gonna go full disco. I think it's gonna be cool.
I don't know what can we use. I don't know what kind of foundation or what is this.
This bus that I have has already been shortened, so it just might work out perfect.
Cool, dude.
See, somebody already cut the whole thing in half. They shortened
That's perfect, man. Yeah, no, now I get what you're talking about.
This is a 1968 VW bus.
So, Ian, I got one question. What the heck were you thinking when you bought this thing? What were you gonna do with it?
This isn't mine. This is for another client. He's almost as eccentric as you. So, I mean, this looks like a crazy clown car, but we got plans. My friend Mark brought this down from Canada. He's got a project that I'm building for him, and I'm only using the external sheet metal. So we're using the leftover parts. I'm gonna use the shortened chassis and modify it, and I just think it's really cool that nothing goes to waste.
You're probably gonna have to lengthen it though, right?
I think so. This is too short. The main thing with this chassis is that it's all intact. I'll lengthen it and just come up with a couple dimensions on the body. You come back when I get this thing all chopped apart, and we'll go from there. Let's cut it apart and make it into something better. I think anything could happen from this point on. He's got a set starting point, but who knows where it's going. Well, I'm just gonna cut through and see where it goes. Thank you, that's enough. Go on. That. It's like slicing a loaf of bread. Same concept, only bigger. This isn't like a Beetle. This thing is heavy. It's obviously had the commercial vehicle in mind when they made this. It's some heavy metal. That must be why it was so hard to cut. You can tell this baby's got a lot of miles on it, but it's still ready for the road. It's our new flexible chassis design. It smooths out the bumps. This thing's ready to rock, baby. Fire it up. It's an old Volkswagen. I don't know what's going on. It rolls around, but it's easy to fix. That's the whole thing. The thing that's bugging me now is these snow tires. Picked out these tires and rims because they got that kind of old school look with the white letters. This is essential because, you know, you can start drawing your lines of what it's going to look like around the final tire diameter and width. So obviously it's looking like some kind of weird contraption. Put a little something on it. Get us in the direction we're going. This bus was driving around on snow tires and some weird worn out radials. So putting some kind of a custom rim and the low profile tires really adds to it. It's the typical hot rod formula. You know, change the rim and tire combo and it's a whole different ride. That's way better. And then I'm gonna cut the chassis and stretch it, figure out the wheelbase. But it's a good first day. I'll get this thing set up, talk to Victor when he gets back here. I think first things first, I've been looking at these plans and just trying to come up with a starting point. The cool factor in this is that I'm actually building the body from scratch. It's a super simple design, but I haven't done this yet. And that's really the thing. Looking at the way this thing is constructed, it was built out of panels of foam and then fiberglassed. But my idea is to build a perimeter frame, like a skeleton, out of 1-inch square tube. It's gonna be way easier for me to just frame this thing out. It'll look kind of like a bird cage, and then I'll skin it with aluminum sheet. The whole idea with this frame is that I can really gauge three-dimensionally what the rake is on these tires, how this looks side to side. That way it looks centered on the chassis. Once I have the wheelbase established, it's all about the roof height, the overall length of the thing, and most importantly to me is the angle of the roof and the angle of the windshield. This tube will represent the roof height. See where we're at. See, that gives it a definite rake. First order of business was definitely the look of a chop top. So the idea of the tail end being way high and the nose being pushed down, it's just, you know, that's the look. It already looks like a spaceship. It's a total moon buggy. I think I'm going in the right direction. You know, some kind of sci-fi cartoon, extraterrestrial vehicle. It's got that funky disco vibe. Those are the parameters. I used the engine hoist in the back, so I'll be able to raise and lower the rear roof height without having all that clutter inside. If I was building something right to the plan, I would be measuring. I'm trying to use the plan as just a baseline model and then mutate it from there. This is like drawing in three-dimensional. You know, if you had a CAD program and took it back to the Stone Age, that's what this is. You're out in the desert, thinking about weird stuff, on a lunar landscape. You got the vehicle for it. So it's really not about measuring, it's just about checking it out. So I think the whole layout of this body looks great. I'm committing to this framework with the 1-inch square tube. The wheelbase has got to be lengthened, so I'm going to stretch out the chassis and to go forward from there. It's a unibody, so the whole body is a tube structure that supports itself, but as soon as you remove that other 3 sides of the tube, you only have the bottom leg, and it's just a springboard. So my idea is to just beef the whole thing up. Instead of a 1x3 rectangle tube, I'm gonna put a 4x4 square tube that's gonna go over both of these frame rails. It's gonna hide the mismatch in the dimensions, and it'll be super strong. Hey, look, Ma, no chassis flex. Like a real frame. Now the suspension works instead of the thing buckling in the center. The projects I've recently accomplished with Victor were like all out, just go for it. And he was on board, so I'm really just trying to do something that kind of makes him stutter a little. Make him rethink that crazy potential that I have to offer. If he wants to push it to the limit, okay, I will. You can see that this looks great. There's like a very smooth surface. If you're looking at the light reflections, and that's what I'm gonna try to maintain through the whole thing. Up till now, this thing's been a skeleton, right? Just conceptual. I had a couple pieces of cardboard on it. Finally getting these aluminum panels in place, you see it. 3-dimensional thing. It's an object d'art. The whole concept here is simplicity. If I can just lay this on and it looks decent, we're done. I think this is gonna work. Close the door. So it's not gonna shut all the way because I still gotta finish the bottom edges. But the whole idea is to get this thing looking like a space shuttle. It's very thin. I'm screwing it down, which is putting little pressure points all around each fastener. The idea of a mirror straight body finish is no warpage, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to keep this material under control. Once I got one door skin put on, I knew this material was gonna work. I had to figure that out. The biggest challenge was in the nose. There was a lot more bent panels up front than there were on the sides and rear. The steel's gonna be showing all through here, but 2 aluminum panels are gonna meet on these corners. So I gotta come up with a pretty clean design. The nose of that is going to be created in one piece, and that's a series of a number of bends. It's going to come out of the windshield frame, turn down. It's 1 inch out, 1 inch down, 24 inches pitching forward, 8 inches down, and then 1 inch back. So this thing should snap into place once the sides are trimmed out. So now I can mark where it's gonna fit inside this upright. By bending one panel up, it just gives the nose a nice smooth look. Trying to minimize the amount of exposed seams, no lapped over joints. And then I'll just finish the edges out. I like everything about this. These look a little cheeky to me. Looks a little like The Godfather. That's the only problem I'm having with it. That round bumper and those little jowls. But all in all, this is what I was looking to build. Just in time for Halloween. It's gonna be great. So my next order of business is to get the rest of these body skins at least, if not permanently installed, at least very mocked up so that it looks like a box, and then hook up the controls and drive it. Hey man, just finishing up the last bit of this stuff. Good to see you. I fleshed out the interior with wood, made a seat. All the controls are hooked up.
Yeah, no, that's perfect, and it looks like it's really comfortable too.
Yeah.
And it adds to the flow. There again, everything's flowing just the way I like it.
Victor came in and checked out the seat I made, right on the money. He didn't have anything to say except yes. Now you can see the way I fit in it. There's headroom for me.
Yeah, no.
You're laying back and it's just enough. I got the steering all figured out, the clutch works.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be a trip. It'll do wheelies, right? For a one-man operation, what this guy does, I come in every couple days and it's holy. This guy must not sleep because he did 3 weeks worth of work on this thing in a couple days. That bitchin' in front, I love that. Now, practicality. I mean, you know, we're gonna use this, go with the theme of the 70s, and we're gonna use like the shag carpet now. Maybe what are we doing? Maybe some kind of ice chest or some kind of maybe other seating or maybe fishbowl, who knows? I mean, what the hell?
This whole thing started as like a utility cart with some signage. And Victor is really excited about my design and he's wanting to take it next level. Everybody's gonna look at it, man. I put it out in the parking lot just to see, and yeah, it's a total eye catcher. You know, it's one thing standing 5 feet away, but from the other end of the parking lot, it looks like a little space shuttle sitting there.
Well, that, and then
weird.
Once we throw these crazy colors on here and these lines, I mean, we have to, I'm talking 70s, man. I'll get you some bell bottoms and then we'll be back at it again.
I'll just put 10 million screws in this thing, start it up, and I'll bring it over to your place. Probably be 2 days.
All right, let me know, and I'm ready for you. My boys are ready.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. Larry says the engine's a turnkey runner, so I just kind of did my little thing, made sure the carburetor linkage was free, the fuel pump was doing its job with the fuel, and just kind of checked the oil and made sure it was ready to rock. I'd like to take one moment to thank you, Mr. Larry. It's a great engine. But yeah, it's a turnkey motor, just like he said. Before delivery, Victor requested that I put a rear bumper on it. This thing is going to Victor's for all the finished bodywork and paint. He set up a punch list for me. He wanted a dashboard, a rear bumper with a trailer hitch, put an exhaust on it, and just finish up the paneling and headlights. And I guess he's got some kind of garden carts that they'll pull around with this, so he asked for a simple trailer hitch. Doesn't have to be super duty. I just set up that crossbar that hits the old, well, what you'd consider the frame. And the whole thing with this cage is I'm not welding the engine in. See, it's got little sleeves, so these are welded in, and then there's a bolt that holds the whole thing together. That looks perfect. Well, you might remember my friend Bill's famous scrap pile. So I found this chunk of steel. It just had a giant hole drilled in it that fit the trailer hitch. It's easier to cut this thing off, believe it or not, than to drill a new hole through this heavy material. It's like you're at the store, they have those little racks for the impulse buyers. Bill's whole backyard is like that for me. When I welded this big old plate on there, it looked terrible. The whole idea is making it look cool, right? Little weld, little plasma cut, it's a winner. Custom trailer hitch. Once I put the headlights in, you could see, you know, it had the face, it's a happy car. These are like early Volkswagen bus and bug headlights. That was the whole thing. It was a VW kit car. I just like Volkswagens. I could work on a million Thunderbirds and it's like, see ya. You know, everybody's got their thing. This is a hand-built, Volkswagen-powered toy car. I mean, it's beach buggy, and that's cool. That's what gives it the character, man. Look at that, that's a happy car. It's like, Victor loves the project in this stage of finish. It's a blank canvas to him. You know, I was really concerned with the actual fleshing out of it, the building, and now it's time to get down and finish it up. All the interior details and then the paint. In an emergency, you will be warned. This van is going to be sitting around outside year-round. It's not going to be garage kept, so the air filters are directly exposed. Need something to keep whatever water out of the carburetors. Came up with a simple design to cover the top. It looks kind of like a little race car wing. Shrouds the side of the engines. You know, if you're driving by sprinklers, for instance, it's not going to go down the engine and ruin it. I guess the whole thing about this is it's a handmade piece of art, you know? Everybody's gonna dig it. Little kids, old ladies. It just looks like a giant toy car. It's gonna get a ton of attention. It's gonna make people smile. Victor's got his guys going for it. I guess he's got the buggy painted and he wants me to come over and check it out. Just like any custom paint job, this thing's all taped off. I guess he's done a lot of line work and everything. I can't wait to see it. It looks like it's totally 70s style.
Remember I told you we're gonna do this big old marketing thing. As I looked, I said it's gonna be marketing tool, but it's still gotta be cool. I started looking at it and then I was thinking 70s. In the core, I went beyond of what I needed to do for being a nursery golf cart / marketing tool. I took it to the limit of what it was. Instead of being just a square box, I said, wait a minute. I need to throw some lines in here. It needs to sparkle. It needs to be cool. You know, everything we build gotta be one-off, one of a kind, and over the top.
You got 3 colors, silver, gold, green.
We're still gonna put a clear coat on it. And inside the clear coat, we could add shades of pearl or metallic.
Victor was talking about some kind of panel paint job, you know, something 70s inspired. So as we start peeling back the tape and the paper, he's obviously had somebody who knows what they're doing lay this thing out. It's a pretty intense graphic, and I'm digging it.
And I had my buddy, Bob Kozlik, an awesome pinstriper. He came in, I gave him some thoughts, and he ran wild on this thing.
The only thing I'm wondering is, paint looks so good with patterns, where's the sign gonna go?
Just like you do to me, I have you do something, you change it up on me, I'm doing the same to you.
We're just peeling tape, peeling back paper, looking at it, and we unwrap it, there's no signage. I thought we were making a custom sign, and all I see is these wild line graphics.
I was thinking about that, and I was waiting for you to ask. Remember, the doors open up and the sign is there, but I had a brainstorm where, you know, the buggies have this whip with a big old sign on it. So it's something that when you're driving, the sign's moving and I could go up 5 foot, 10 foot, 20 foot.
This project started as an advertising scheme, and he's ended up with this crazy dune buggy van thing.
I still wanted a sign, but I needed the car or the vehicle or it to be cool. The it has this flag with my nursery ultra greens on it, and people are gonna go, what is it, you know?
Right, sure.
And I just say it's just a knit.
This thing is kind of an off-road vehicle at heart, and I think the idea of this flag banner thing is great. If you're out at the dunes, you're required to have a flag, and hey, it's representing the company. That's pretty cool.
Not only do they look to see the sign, they look to see this cool-looking vehicle and say, well, what is it? Well, it's a knit.
I don't know what Victor's talking about. I don't know what it is. This thing's a Boonie Bug for 2014. I'm totally on board with it. He's got a great idea for this sign. Now it's time to just do the finished details. So to wrap it up, it's typical process for Victor. He's got his interior guy, Lino. He's done all his projects. The guy's an ace, and I think he's gonna be the guy that takes the interior over the top.
Then I said, okay, this is natural. This is a golf cart. This is a nursery cart. We need indoor-outdoor carpeting. So I said, hey, Lino, can you put this as carpeting? And he goes, well, yeah, he can.
I think working with this AstroTurf might be new realms for Lino's career here. I guess Victor still is on the whole Ultra Greens kick. I mean, he wants this to be representing the business, so he's got like AstroTurf inside, still carrying the green metal flake theme inside with vinyl. All the elements are in place, and I can't wait to see what happens. From the onset, I knew we were building something with 4 wheels and an engine, and he just took it to the next level, typical Victor style.
We had no idea what this thing was gonna come out to be. It's beyond my expectations. It's not a show car. The little nursery car took it to the next level. This thing gonna be all dirty and in the mud.
He lucked out with this engine. This thing rips. Everything has held together great. It runs great. I almost wish I didn't have to give it up. I was really getting attached to this thing. Being able to drive it on its inaugural run was really cool. Performed perfect. I think Victor's gonna take this thing more places than the nursery. So in addition to the paint, Victor went all out on the interior. He's got custom vinyl interior, two-tone, special seat, gold and green. He's got a custom steering wheel. They put AstroTurf inside instead of carpeting. I mean, this thing's looking good. It's buffed, polished, sign is on. This thing is a rockin'. It's great. Our first idea was like some kind of a wagon with a billboard on it.
But you know what? I got signs everywhere. But the car itself is gonna make the statement. And we just added the signs on, and you could take them off.
It really shows that Victor's idea was a good call in the end. This thing holds its own just sitting there in the parking lot. It's got the same colors as his fleet, fits right in with all of Victor's work trucks.
The reason why me and Ian hit it off so good is he's creative, and we're just started.
If this was just a small project, then he's up in his game and he's looking to build something incredible. I can't wait to see what's next.